turn to smoke like I never was there before. School stamps gone from the page. Years of sweat, years of proof. They don't just break your voice, they go straight for your roots. Tie my hands to my light, still I stand in the light. Call me a liar if you want, I know I lived in my life. They erase me, but I'm still here, I'm still here. They erase me, can't kill truth with fear. They erase me,
All right, oh no, all right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. Well, it is Tuesday, 7/7/26, and we're just rolling right through until we get to the end. That's it. We just keep going and going and going. Glad you made it. If you're here, you're near and dear, and if you're not, you'll be here. You'll be here. You'll be back. I'll be back. It's always funny when you see him say, his big tongue. I'm so sick of this ufology shit. Tomorrow's, isn't it the Trump announcement? Yeah, I think it is tomorrow. It's the 8th, yep. Isn't there? They still doing it? I'll have to look. Yeah, I don't know. I just realized what day it was. Yeah, well, today was the first day of the newscast version of the show, and I had such a busy afternoon, I was only able to put one video up, but it's a start. Tomorrow I'll do 3. And even tomorrow I got a busy morning, so I got to do one early. Then I got to go to the DMV, and then I got to come back and do a show. So I'm trying to do one at 7 or 8 a.m. And then I got to leave, and then I'll be back, and then I got to do one around noon. But I don't think I'll be able to, but I'll try. Yeah, it's tough. It's tougher than I thought. It takes about an hour to do the whole thing from beginning to end, just for a 10-minute little news clip. Got to make the thumbnail. You got to present your topic. Yeah, you only do one story, and today it was about Lou holding. I hated to do it, but yeah, I wanted to do the first one to make it obviously easy. Lou is in possession of the Roswell. They made it sound like he was holding on to a new piece of crash retrieval shit, and you find out it's Roswell. Like, who gives a flying frog's fat ass? We've already seen these. This is 100 years old. Nobody cares about that layered piece. So tomorrow I'll step it up. And it doesn't matter. I can do anywhere between 1 and 6 news clips during the day. And then at the end of the week on the Friday show, I'll play each one. We'll talk about it. Maybe I'll open up for you guys to come in and we'll talk about each week. Maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe Saturday. No, I can't do Saturday because of the UFC. But, I'm trying to change things up in a way I never thought I would be able to. But I like this new venture of being the news guy for ufology. Nobody else is doing it. Nobody puts out, not shorts. These are regular videos, 10, 15-minute videos about what's going on in ufology as it's happening. So that's what I'm trying to do. And then like tonight, I won't talk about it really. We'll talk about other stuff. And it won't be part of the news. Maybe one day it will. God, it's 111 in Phoenix right now. But only 2% humidity. 2%, 2%. Fires just start igniting in midair. You go, you're like a dragon. Friggin' Lou. Lou is such a schmohawk. He just talks in circles about things we already know. All of these guys are. This is what I'm talking about tonight. Not everything can be a lie, right? Or is it? No, and it's not. Because I am evidence that it isn't. And I'm not delusional that I know of. Does a delusional person know they're delusional? You know? What? You know what I mean? But this is what is frustrating being in this topic, because you got people like Lou who really, do you remember when I used to play the clip of him saying, I'm not a UFO guy. I never cared about UFOs, never even thought about it. I hated UFOs. And then all of a sudden now he's like an expert on UFOs. This guy is the biggest shill shit lion sack of poop script reading wannabe me in ufology dude who shouldn't ever be on a stage, shouldn't be on TV, shouldn't be anywhere talking about UFOs. Because all Lou does, and it's such a freaking obvious thing to everybody who's in ufology, everybody knows he just repeats things we already know. Years ago. I'm not talking about new stuff. Years ago. Did you know Roswell was actually 2 crash sites? Do tell. I mean, come on. Yeah, they had bodies on one and the other one is okay. It's a whole big thing. He acts like we never heard it before. Now, I know there's people who come into this field every day, right? But it's not like opening the border, you know? You get a few here, a few there, little stragglers. But at the same time, you get people who are so sick of this topic. They want out. They want out. And they leave. I left for a whole year, 2014 to 2015. And I had to come back. I actually got off the internet for a whole year, believe it or not. Didn't even have a cell phone, pretty much. Hey, Dorothy, starting off the show with something very generoso, a $2 super chat saying, congrats on Goof on News, Richie. Thank you, Dorothy. I was supposed to put up 3 today, but life happened and I was whisked away for over an hour and a half, which took up number 2 video. And then I had to go work out when I had to work out. So there goes number 3. Now, I may do number 2 later. I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm already tired. I was falling asleep before the show even started. Thank you, Dorothy. You're so sweet. I really love you. You know that? No, I do. I do. I really do. I do. You said it more than once. That means you're covering. Thank you. Appreciate you. Mucho gusto, generoso. Hey, if you want to help support the only people here that tell you the truth the way it is, you can help support like Dorothy. Or, PayPal, Cash App is nice too. It's instant. It goes right into the paw. All the links are in the show description. Our moderators put up the links every now and then. Everybody knows. I don't even have to say it. Everybody who's on TubeUbes knows. Everybody knows. There it is. It finally came up. 12 after. I can't stand Ashton Forbes. I literally have this huge dislike for this guy. Never met him. Like my dad said, I never met a man I couldn't hate. Hey, the apple does not fall far from this tree in my family. Trust me. I am the spitting half image of my father and mother. I get my mother's emotions and my dad's intellect. And you got to take off a few IQ points because my dad is an actual genius. He was supposed to work for NASA, had a job set up, was going to school for it, graduated high school at 16, could have been 15 or 14. He was going to be an engineer and make rockets and go work for NASA. But he got my mother pregnant. And back in the day, her father said, you need to start bringing in money now. So he had to get 2 jobs, quit college, became a cop, drove a cab, did them both at the same time. He had 3 jobs at one point and was an exterminator, which turned into being a business that we bought into. And our family had an exterminating business in New York for many years. And yeah, it's crazy, man. Life, how things could have been and the way things went. If it wasn't for them, people don't realize being born in America, it really is a gift from God. If you look at the rest of the world, it's a gift. And I know some people out there, some of you are here now, who think America is corrupt, and it may be a little bit. But what country isn't? I'd rather be on the winning team. Okay? So there. It's like I'm not involved in that, right? So what do I care? Right? I'm just a citizen. Like, if you're not in politics, shut your mouth. Like, nobody wants to hear you. Nobody wants to hear me. You know, I wear this freedom because, you know, I think of Charlie Kirk every now and then. And I want to, you know, express that in my own way without talking about it. But what a genius he was. He was so smart and just taken away because because Tyler Robinson didn't like him, didn't like what he said. Got to take him out. That trial it's a pre-trial thing, right? They're determining whether or not it's going to go to trial. And he's in the courtroom smirking. The Kirk family, Charlie's wife and the kids were in there for support or whatever. And he's smirking at them and laughing, chuckling. What a fucking idiot. I hope he gets the firing squad. That would be so cool. I would love for him just to take one. An eye for an eye is what we need to do. I think we need to go back to an eye for an eye. You steal, you lose the hand. You grape somebody, you lose your speckle. Yeah, I'm telling you, I am ruthless. Put me in charge, man. We'll stop crime like that. We'll stop it. I don't know why I'm talking. It's the wrong channel. I can't help it. I had the day off from that channel. All right, so today, well, you know why? They bring their politics into my ufology. Where when I first started 21 years ago doing the talk thing, I was the only one talking about politics and ufology that I know of. And people were telling me, you can't talk politics. Don't bring politics into ufology. Within a year or two, everybody started bringing their... And it just... Now we've got everybody that is on that side of the aisle, not my side, running ufology. And anything these people touch, in my opinion, because what are we getting? What have we gotten? Oh, we got congressional hearings. You can thank Trump. Okay? You can thank Trump for a lot. And At the same time, I'm mad at Trump. Because it's the same game that we've been a party of, a privy to. We're going to show you something today, and they show us nothing. We're going to give you some evidence, and they give us a dot. We're going to give you a tranche of UFOs, whatever that word is. And what did we get? It's laughable. It's embarrassing. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I thought we would get some videos that were going to be really good, to be honest. I was excited, thinking, okay, I'm not going to get my hopes up too much, but there's going to be a few videos that I'm going to be going, wow. Okay, but no. Nothing. Sucks. But not everything is a lie, my friends. We'll talk about that today. How you doing, Dorothy? Thank you again for the $2 super. Good to see you. Glenn Collins, how you doing, Chief? Welcome. Brian Yates, everybody. BY. Welcome to the show. James, J6 times 2D. How you doing? Paris Diamant. Welcome to the show. Jeanette, giddy up. Good to see you. MJ Metalhead. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to the show. Tony, T.I. What's going on, Mr. Introvert? Hey, Zach Diecast Monsu. How you doing? I like. Good to see you. CCC. What do you say, C? C3. P.O.? No P.O. Good to see you, man. Welcome to the show. All right. There's not a lot of people here. It's a Tuesday. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. There's not a lot of names to talk. Yell out, Yoga with Denise. How's it going over there in the other part of the world? Hope you're having a nice, relaxing getaway. Good to see you back. Scripps. Huh? All right. Good to see you too. Welcome. All right. I'm just going to roll. So here we go. Oh, that's right. I didn't load them up yet. I'm running. I guess I've run a little behind, but I got everything here. All right. What do we now? Okay. Oh, okay. Let's just do this, and then I'll talk about Ashton Forbes right after. Because according to Rose Cuckold, you know who that is, right? Ross Coulthart. Is that how you say it? Coulthart? Big fart? He says, how does this guy always thinks he's in the know. He says Lou is up for a big role. So he heard. A major role. What would it be? You want to know what I think it is? Exactly what I said it was going to be after I heard from the, who's the guy with the dark black hair? He said, all this ufology for is trying to get a new, what do they call it? Part of the government, like the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, a new branch of defense against an invisible enemy that doesn't exist. Same thing. Well, no, not really. Against an enemy that doesn't exist, aliens. But it's to cover our exotic, yet fallible technology that keeps crashing, apparently. That's the role Lou's going to be put in. He's going to be ahead of that. That's what I think the major role is going to be. Let's listen from the secret archives on X to little Rosie. Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters. Go.
It's pretty obvious, I'm not going to lie to you, that the gentleman that I've been talking about, whom I suspect might be up for a big position, is Lou Elizondo. And as you may have noticed in recent weeks, I have been quite delicately outspoken in my belief on previous Q&As that I think Lou needs to be more forthcoming about his past roles.
Okay.
And I like and respect Lou a
Whoops,
lot.
sorry.
And I think he's in a difficult position because he's bound by his security oath about what he can reveal about his past roles. I know he can't talk about it. It's a ridiculous situation. But there are people who bitterly resent and don't think it's a good idea that Lou be appointed to a position of power in UAP transparency because...
Wow. I haven't listened to this. That is fantastic to hear. There are some people, and I'm guessing most everybody, believes that Lou is a bully. He shouldn't be in power of anything. This guy's ego is bigger than Trump's, believe it or not.
they think
All right, that's impossible. But he gives Trump a run for his money. Nobody's worse than Trump.
that he was part of a previous agenda that was essentially to try to control the narrative, to restrict what the public is entitled to know
Good
about
for
the UAP
look at
disclosure.
him. Who is
And
this
I think
guy?
a lot of this was an intention by James Clapper, General James Clapper, to try and impose a narrative on the public domain using Lou as a frontman, a highly urbane, articulate and likeable frontman, to try to restrict what the public was told about crash retrievals. And it struck me over the years that I've been covering this issue that the story that we ran with David Grush really wrong-footed all of this. That all of a sudden David comes out and says, hang on a moment, we're not just arguing here about whether there are aliens or not. What we're talking about here is a crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, and I'm saying it's real, he says. And I think that did wrong-foot that national security state attempt to try and provide a controlled disclosure. But I refuse to accept that the people like Lou Elizondo, who were part of that attempt at a controlled disclosure, were motivated by bad things.
That's amazing so far. This is really good reporting. Not only because I agree with what he's saying, but because I agree with what he's saying. That's rare. Wow. I can't believe he just said this. Yeah. Yeah, because Lou is dirty, in my opinion. And we know it. We've seen him come forward with lies. The agriculture circle, and what else? That other thing. I mean, this guy's put up 3 announcements and all were debunked within a minute. And, I shouldn't have put that out. Oh, I was fooled.
They're patriots. They love their country. And I've spoken to people in the legacy program who knew Lou. Lou, I know a lot of people, and they know you, and I know you can't speak about the role that you've held within the legacy program, but you did.
Who cares?
And
Who
I think we've got to
cares?
stop this nonsense because it's becoming destructive.
Yes.
There are factions and bitternesses beginning to develop within the UAP world, and I think it's in danger of blowing the whole thing apart.
Isn't that funny? It's the same thing that's happening with Mondani and the Democrats turning to socialism, like not even caring that they're talking about it, right? The Democrats they don't know what to do. They have to change their narrative overnight. It's amazing what's happening, and that's what's happening here in ufology. See, this is why you can't have these type of people in ufology. They don't know what the frig they're doing. They act before they think. Look, if they're not doing that, it sure looks that way. And if it does look that way, then most likely it is that way. And Lou is a programmed stooge who will do anything he's told. He just takes orders. That's all Lou does, is take orders. That's why it's bad to have the military running ufology. Well, they're the ones that have all the access. I know. You need to get an outsider who knows what they're talking about. Look, you got to have an outsider that doesn't have a stake in the game. Lou is all about Lou. He's a yes man. He won't question anything. He just does what he's told. Whatever he tells you differently, don't believe him. That all this guy does is take orders.
Because divide and rule is the moral of those, the gatekeepers that would seek to put this all back into a box for another 50 years. And that is their intent. I have no doubt at all that there is a faction that's currently arm twisting up on that hill up there that are trying to put all of this back in a box.
That's
and
right.
We are at an epic moment in human history right now where even though there was a cameraman called John who walked up to me earlier here in the News Nation office, I promised I'd mention him, and he said to me that he was skeptical that there's any evidence that aliens are engaging with this planet. I promise you, John, they are. Absolutely. No doubt about that. And there are people...
Oh, wow. I didn't expect him to say it like that. There are aliens? And wait a minute. How is Ross saying this? Why would he say that when there's zero proof? We haven't seen anything. All we did was hear. We just hear them talking. And it's funny how everybody says the same thing. All the whistleblowers repeat the same narrative. Biologics, reversed engineered alien technology. Hold on. Let me take that back. Reverse engineered exotic technology. You know, they don't say alien. None of them do. Pilots, biologics, non-human. Non-human could mean a monkey. A monkey? Yes. Non-human could mean a dolphin. We don't know, man. Non-human doesn't mean alien in my book. Alien means alien. If you're going to talk about it, say what it is and don't beat around the bush. All we do is get beaten up constantly by their... I gotta watch what I'm saying. But it's all the same bullshit.
right up there on that hill this week who have confirmed that to me privately. And there are people over at the Pentagon here in Washington, D.C. who have confirmed that to me. And just up the Potomac, there are the people in the CIA who talk about this constantly. And we've got to get over this pretense that essentially there is not a there there. There is definitely a there there. But what I am really fearful of right now is, and thank you to that viewer for asking that question, basically, I do think that there is a schism developing. I think we've got to get over the bullshit of not talking about it. Sorry, did I just say a bad word? Are you going to have to censor me?
Yeah, it's
Sorry about that.
11:39.
Megan all week has been stopping me from swearing and being rude and obstreperous and upfront. But no, I do think that we're at a very difficult position because there is clearly a gatekeeper faction, and Lou is not part of that gatekeeper faction that are trying to totally suppress the existence of crash retrievals and reverse engineering. And why do I believe that? Because he's talked candidly about the fact that Roswell was real and that there have been crash retrievals and that there has been reverse engineering. Now, he may not have done that if it wasn't for David Grush coming up. But the reality is, I think we just have to move on and accept that there are well-intentioned people who do think that the public has a right to know. And it's what we don't know yet is what the decision is going to be from the White House about what the public has a right to know. Full stop.
Okay. He said a lot. I was, stopping it for most of it. But what he just said at the end there is another thing that, hold on, I wanted to replay.
About the fact that Roswell was real and that there have been crash retrievals and that there has been reverse engineering. Now, he may not have done that if it wasn't for David Grush coming up. But the reality is, I think we just have to move on and accept that there are well-intentioned people who do think that the public has a right to know.
Well-intentioned people who do think that the public has a right to know. Yet, nobody's brought evidence. Nobody showed us anything. They all say the same exact thing almost verbatim. The only different person out of all of them was Jake Barber and maybe Nusatelli. But Jake Barber, for me, stands out because of the egg. And I find it hysterical that this guy thinks he can summon eggs. But there's always going to be a gatekeeper. This is all a game. There is definitely something happening, not with their government, but something that's been going on for over 1,000 years that we know of. And it's not gonna, come out overnight and say, hey, it's us. It's the 4 alien food groups. You got your tall whites, you got your grays, you got your reptilians. Who's the 4th one? Why do I always forget that 4th food group, alien? So we've heard a lot. Demon, the demon-esque. No, it's not the demon. No. Interdimensional, no. So many different ones they came up with. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe. Do you know why the aliens are here? Do you know what they're doing? Do you? Do you know Nathan or Nathaniel Gillis is? He's a demonologist. He's a researcher demonologist. And Gillis describes entities inducing victims into sleep states, inseminating them through secretions and excretions, creating a fetus, and then placing their consciousness into the fetus. I mean, that result serves as the entity's own biological avatar. Well, he connected this to the ancient ritual practices that and reframes like possession itself. And in these cases, the fetus, not the woman, is the primary host. And then the entity molds itself into the host's image. More like, what was that movie? Invasion of the Body Snatchers type of ordeal. And then this mechanism of replication through consciousness implantation, that extends hybrid and abduction accounts into a cohesive theory of self-perpetuating non-human intelligence operating across history. Forever, as long as man has been around. And what does this suggest about the boundaries of human autonomy and the nature of the phenomenon? How can we trust people who talk like this without evidence? Damn it. I mean, it all sounds good to me, but somewhere between the lies, we have a truth. And there is no way of getting that truth unless you experience it yourself. And that's the bottom line. Many people don't experience it. I found another EVP. Yep. I went through a lot of videos to find this one. And it was whistling. Wild stuff, man. Anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But it isn't just abducting humans. It's impregnating them to replicate them. So we have a hybrid alien being walking amongst us, living amongst us, working with us, our friends, who knows? I don't know, man. I mean, this has gone to another level of something I couldn't have predicted. Because even though people talked about it, to have the government buy into this, to me, I think we just have people on that side of the aisle who want their 15 minutes of fame and will do whatever's asked of them from their government. That's why everybody who we hear from on the internet, in the movies, they're from the military. Because they take orders very well. It's their job. Even after they retire, they're still working. Don't believe otherwise. I'm telling you, these people are pulling the wool over our eyes. It's about impregnating and replicating. I mean, really? Really? And then you got this guy, Ashton Forbes. Remember that airplane that went missing? MLH 360 or something like that, 370, MH 370. I'm going to play this video. Because Ashton Forbes may be the smartest dumb guy I've ever seen. And in my opinion, he's perpetuating a hoax on the American people, the world, for that matter, on what happened to this airplane. That it was taken out of the sky by 3 orbs that circled around it, and then it disappears. The video that he kept showing and showed us a million times looks fake as friggin' fake could be. It looks horrible. But he swears it's real. Now, he says everyone who lied about me or the videos will be held to account. What does that mean? What does that mean? Lou Elizondo, Jeremy Corbell told Joe Rogan the MH370 videos were fake and allegedly got Ashton Forbes' appearance on Joe Rogan canceled. So he's crying about it. Joe is very smart, but I would have loved to have seen him go on that show. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because Jeremy Corbell is just as bad as Ashton Forbes. Maybe worse. But Jeremy Corbell's being played by the government. Ashton Forbes is playing us, in my opinion. It's a little different. Jeremy Corbell could have gotten out a long time ago, but didn't. Because he's in it for the long haul. He wants to know the end game that includes him. He's here for it all. He ain't going anywhere. Hey, Farmer John Brown, thank you for the $5 super chat. What do you say there? And welcome to Goof On. He says, I think we should refer to aliens as they, them. Dude, that is the funniest thing so far. We don't really know if they used outdated gender terms as they're advanced. We may offend them. Bravo. You are the funniest mofo that has ever... Super chatted is the funniest thing I think I've heard in a long time. We should. Because Because their genitalia, we don't know, right? They look, especially the grays. And then you look at the tall whites, the European looking beautiful ones. Could be a they, them too. That's a great point. But the reptilians, oh my God, you got a great point. You can't tell with the reptilians either. Unless the reptilians wear those eyelashes. But even then, it could be a transtilian. I can't do this anymore. Oh, man. You see what you started? Farmer John Brown, thank you for that. Is hilarious. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you for even a more thought-provoking question, comment, and statement all in one. We should refer to aliens as they, them. We don't really know if they use outdated gendered terms because they're advanced. They could have went through this already. You're right. I don't think the aliens get offended, though. I don't think they're emotional like that. Well, they would have to be if they're a they, them. Yeah, you're right. But if they're advanced, they already worked through it. That's funny. Thank you for that. Okay, we don't know. If you look at all the 4 food group aliens that are here, allegedly, you can't tell. They, them. They, them energy. They, them energy. They, them free energy. They, them free energy. They, them free energy. Dude, you got me now, man. Now I have to make a song or something. That's hilarious, bro. That is so freaking funny. I love that, dude. I wish I thought of it. They, them free energy. It's genius. You're a genius. All right, let's listen to what Joe Rogan was talking about with Jeremy Corbell about Ashton Forbes.
Which one?
The one where the plane gets circled by the drones.
Oh, okay. So, like, I know.
Oh,
that
this
video
isn't
went around,
Jeremy.
but I was listening to that autistic man talking about the ins and outs of how they looked at it.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're calling Ashton Forbes autistic. All right, let's go back. I missed that.
Oh, okay. So, like, I know that video went around, but I was listening to that autistic man talking about the ins and outs of how they looked at it.
Yeah.
So, if you go on the like rabbit hole shit of all this stuff,
And I do.
So it's all this weird magical shit.
Yeah.
So it's all this weird magical shit, and it's so closely. So now when they talk about they don't go this weird debate like I don't think it's ETs, it's extra dimensional something. And there's a lot of religious kind of channels that are like obviously these are the Nephilim from the Bible, all that bullshit. And I don't think.
See that thing,
yeah.
that boom is actually
From a video game?
That's from a video game.
No, it's not. It doesn't match up.
But it does match up. It does match up, except for some parts of it where it looks like it's partially altered.
Oh.
But obviously, if you're going there's a video that breaks it down how it matches up. Not only does it match up, the edges match up precisely at certain points of it. It looks like an altered version of that image.
That's what they did. He altered it so you can't say, "Oh, it's from the video game." I mean, it's so.
It's like a stock footage of some kind of explosion.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're doing it through filters and you're adjusting the way the image looks. But a visual effects guy went over it. And he explained multiple reasons why he thinks it's fake.
Well, that's a good
Someone
point.
who's an actual expert.
But you should know that a visual effects guy, expert, also went over if CNN discolored your face, and he said they didn't.
Come on.
You think
did
I'm
they really?
We did
but
this on
it was a
Jimmy.
CNN hired guy.
Here's the point.
Yeah.
You can't trust that now. They're going to do you personally.
Right.
And then you're going to go, well, this expert, I won't say I know or don't know on a thing, but the way I look
think
at
that
it,
video's bullshit.
it could be.
Because there's a lot of those
But
videos
look-
that are bullshit. That's the point.
Ew, that's the point I accept. I approve that message. Ashton Forbes, the autistic. He is a weird dude. He is never wrong either. He's never wrong, which is a very narcissistic way of thinking. Ah, boy. Oh, Dan Dan Aykroyd. For some reason it says Dan Android. Well, that's funny. Dan Aykroyd is delusional. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. Yeah. You know, Dan Aykroyd apparently, you know, the comedian actor, Blues Brothers, Ghostbusters, Stripes. Dan Aykroyd described, he apparently had 3 sightings or experiences throughout his life. He swears by him. He's a UFO guy. There was actually, he was supposed to be doing a TV show and it never happened. He's just too weird. But he describes a 1-minute close encounter with a huge silent craft over Montreal. He says he's seen 4 UFOs during 3 separate encounters in Canada and the United States. The most detailed incident allegedly occurred in downtown Montreal, where Aykroyd says a massive silent craft stopped approximately 50 feet from his hotel window and remained there for about a minute. He was staying on the 23rd floor of the Queen Elizabeth Hotel during a gray February day. He said he was sitting near the window with a friend when suddenly asked, "What's that?" Aykroyd looked outside and saw a large object approaching along St. Catherine Street. His first impression was that it resembled an enormous Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade balloon. Well, he quickly questioned that explanation because it was February and there was no parade and nobody was gathered in the streets watching it. As the object moved closer, Aykroyd estimated it was approximately 50 feet wide, 150 feet long, 20 feet high. He described it as a large gray object, no lights. The underside reportedly contained a series of rounded structures that reminded him of a bunch of grapes. Interesting. According to Aykroyd, the object moved to a position approximately 50 feet from the hotel window and stopped. He and his friend were able to observe it for roughly 1 full minute. Aykroyd said the object remained completely silent while it hovered outside the building. He did not describe visible wings, rotors, exhaust, or any conventional propulsion system. The object then turned and slowly drifted away in the direction of the St. Lawrence River. Aykroyd and his friend reportedly left the room and entered the hallway in order to continue watching it move away. He said the object did not resemble a helicopter, an aircraft, a meteor, a balloon, or any other familiar object. He concluded that it appeared to be a manufactured and controlled craft. He speculated that it might be controlled by a robot, artificial intelligence, or some other unknown operator. That conclusion was his interpretation of the observation rather than something he could clearly establish or directly. He also said he later searched UFO books and found reports of objects with similar rounded structures underneath, the grapes. However, he did not identify the specific book or case during the interview. Aykroyd also admitted that he never formally reported the incident. No photos, video, hotel record, radar record, or precise date was provided. Why? Why? Because it's bullshit. It's bullshivits. Dan Aykroyd is part of the problem, not the solution, pal. Check this out. 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Is he going to repeat everything I just said? I'll be angry.
Office or bureau for UFO reports. So all domain, that means water, sea. They go in sea. They're going to the sea at 1,000 miles an hour with the medium meaning nothing to them.
Right.
So all domains, sea, sky, air, whatever, Earth, and then anomalous, you can't explain it. It's
Right.
an anomaly. Then resolution, we have to explain it. We can't have machines like this flying around with our Air Force and our Navy, so we have to resolve it, and the office that does it. So civilian reports are going to be accepted. Military reports are going to be there. Whether you believe or not that these hyper-advanced craft exist with intelligent operators, you may believe it or not, it is a reality.
Have you had any encounters yourself?
I have seen 4 of them.
4?
Yep.
In Canada, United States?
Martha's Vineyard, 2 in Canada. Well, I would say 4. Well, 4 because 2 were at one sighting. So 3 events. Martha's Vineyard, in Montreal, Canada, in downtown Montreal, right there.
How'd you know what it was?
Well, this thing in Montreal, I was with a friend, and we were sitting there on the 23rd floor of the Queen Elizabeth Hotel doing some promotion for Patron Tequila at the time that I had in Canada, and we were there in Montreal. In the Queen Elizabeth Hotel, 23rd floor, gray February day, and we were sitting watching the spiders on the 23rd floor in the window. They were going up and down like yo-yos, you know. Oh, geez, that's an interesting phenomenon. We're sitting there, and then my friend goes, "What's that? What's that?" I said, "What?" And I look out, and coming down St. Catherine Street is what I can only say hit my mind first as a Macy's Day balloon. It was a Thanksgiving balloon.
We're not doing that again. I already read it all. I had a feeling he was going to play that game. He knew I was going to read it. Bastard. I'm not going to do that to you. Pop music legend dead at 81. Heaven won't know what's hit it. The Oregonian pop music legend dead at 81. Oh, wrong, sorry. Nah. Oh, brother and sister. All right. This one says bombs away STFU biatch. Why? Oh, okay. This is just really, well, according to reports, Iran's Fifth Fleet has been completely destroyed in a major attack by U.S. military. I just want to show you this video. Now I know why it says STFU biatch, because this girl, why do they got to scream? Why do women scream anytime there's something interesting happening? You know, the plane hits an air pocket or a wind shear. Everybody goes, oh, you know, and gets thrown around the plane. They got to scream, ah! Gunshots. Why do they got to scream? Shut off.
Oh my god! Hang on. Oh my god. Still going. Keep your seatbelts on. It's everywhere.
You hear the guys talking, right? But right?
Oh my god! Hang on. Oh my god. Still going. Keep your seatbelts on. It's everywhere.
It's pretty scary, though. You have to admit. You don't know if that's it. I just like bombs. Bombs are cool. Speaking of weapon, the largest harp in the world. Have you ever seen this thing? Yeah, it's wild. Check this out. This is from Vladimir Putin. No, it's not. It's from Roberto, Russia. Whoever that is. This is a short. It's a mini. They call these minis. It's a mini. Check it out. This is the largest harp in the world. Dude, that's not a hotel. That's amazing. Wow. Nothing to see here, huh? Wow, it's like half a mile long. That's crazy. Dude. Whoa, another one. That's amazing. Pretty big, huh? Speaking of weapons, I'm just going to play this. I'm not going to say anything. It's another video here, minute and a half. But this is Dr. John Trump, no relation to Donnie. This is from, I think, the 90s. Professor John G. Trump. Donald J. John G. That's weird. Speaking on his role in assessing the secret papers of Nikola Tesla for the U.S. government in search of evidence of a secret weapon. That he went through all of Tesla's papers, right? And by the way, this is a relationship to Trump. It's his father or his grandfather, right? Isn't that right? Siri, I'm not joking. What he did, what he found was, correspondence between Tesla and the highest levels of both Russian and British royalty regarding their mutual interest in acquiring this super weapon of his. Check this out. Check this out. We're using this stuff now.
Evidence of a secret weapon, which I was reminded by the agents, the two agents who were present during the entire time, was a matter of concern to the United States. In the course of this, I did come across a number of letters directed at the upper echelon of the British Empire, that is, I think, to the King and Queen, or perhaps just to the King of England, and also to the Tsar of Russia, explaining that he was the inventor of a secret weapon which had rather remarkable properties, and that he would be interested in entering into a negotiation which would lead to a disclosure of what they were. Of course, I spent a good deal of time looking through these papers, trying to find out what the nature of this secret weapon was. I think I had, although I don't remember it so very accurately, an idea of what its properties were. It had the capability of acting at a great distance, of being destructive to flying objects and things of that kind at a place which was remote from the source. But nowhere in his technical papers did I find anything which revealed an explanation of just how such a device could operate.
Yes, John G. Trump was related to the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. He was Donald J. Trump's paternal uncle. Here's how they are connected, the relationship. John G. Trump was the younger brother of Donald Trump's father, Fred, who he was, John George Trump, 1907 and 1985, that's how long he lived, was a highly accomplished physicist, inventor, and electrical engineer. He spent 37 years as a professor at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, wow, MIT, and was awarded the National Medal of Science by President Ronald Reagan in 1983 for his pioneering work in high-voltage engineering and cancer radiology treatments. Donald Trump has frequently mentioned his genius uncle in speeches over the years, often citing him as proof of the family's smart genes. Sorry, Dorothy. I saw you in the chat. I was wondering too if I was right. I thought I heard that. Vladimir, where are you, Vladimir? This is crazy. All right. Have you ever heard of the elevator to Atlantis? I was going to do a show on it, but no reason to. But I'm going to play this 4-minute and 20-second clip. It's worth a listen. It's really interesting. So, according to Russian officials, world powers have withheld vast amounts of info pertaining to Antarctica. They even share an encounter Russian scientific researchers had with a creature 2,000 meters below the ice. An organism that weighed 46 pounds. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Organism 46B. Allegedly, it took out 2 crew members before they captured it. What? They actually captured the thing? Yeah. All right, let's listen. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Russia, there's much more to Antarctica than the public is being told. They claim that top governments worldwide know exactly what's going on there, but they haven't disclosed it until now. Possibly an entire continent below Antarctica's ice. Could this be Atlantis? Some theorists even believe that an ancient civilization that once fell actually lives and inhabits the continent below the ice. This is what essentially attracted the larger world governments to Antarctica, to see if they couldn't find this alleged continent. But why would this important discovery be kept top secret from the public? Well, many believe it's because of a discovery that Russia supposedly made back in the early 2000s. In the early 2000s, a Russian scientific expedition made an amazing discovery. After drilling 2,000 meters into the ice shelf, they'd break into a cavern and discover freshwater lakes. And much to their surprise, these lakes were not frozen. It was essentially fresh water that had been isolated down there for what they believed to be 10 million years. So after making the discovery of the freshwater lakes, the scientists decided that they wanted to set up an expedition to drill down to the largest of the lakes, Lake Vostok. It's said that this borehole took over 10 years to dig, and now it's fitted with an elevator that you can take all the way down. This elevator would take 8 scientists down to the lakes to verify their existence. But little did these scientists know, they were about to embark on an expedition that could cost them their lives. Shortly after they began exploring the lake, they would have a run-in with an organism known as Organism 46B. Organism 46B was very similar to that of an octopus, except it was much more lethal. It said it had a venom that could paralyze its prey for up to 150 feet. Then it would rip them apart at its leisure. And 46B did just this to one of their colleagues while they were diving in the lake. They said that though it is just like an octopus, it is actually much larger and has 14 legs. It's believed that 46B has some traits of the mimic octopus from the Indo-Pacific, except 46B could actually take its shapeshifting to another level. One crew member found this out the hard way. He witnessed as what he believed another diver was approaching him while in the water. As a result, he really didn't pay much attention to it until it was too late. Organism 46B had actually shapeshifted itself to mimic the look of a fellow diver. He would paralyze the crew member and tear him apart. After this second death of one of their colleagues, they knew that they had to capture the creature in order to study it. Naturally, Russia wanted to study it so they could possibly use it for warfare in the future. So they'd use the female crew member who was said to have extra fantastical traits. She was highly skilled at camouflaging herself and avoiding being killed. To me, this almost sounds like a Black Widow type woman from a...
What? Shut up. Only in Russia, man. Those Russian women. Oof-ah.
Avengers. So they'd place a massive net in the water and use her as bait. Sure enough, the creature would show up for its feast. As it approached, she'd quickly evade the beast, and they'd capture it in a massive net. They would then get the beast on the elevator, and they'd send it to the top, where scientists would put it in a tank. They'd then study it.
Wait a minute. How can they get that thing? I get it. It gets entangled in the net. But if this thing had 14 arms and venom that it could shoot out for 150 feet and rip humans apart, why couldn't it just rip through the net? Oh, it might have been made of Kevlar. Yeah, it could have been a Kevlar net. Please.
For years on end, and it's alleged that they still even have 46B contained. This is allegedly how they've come up with all the information they have on it. Russia also wanted to study the venom it used to paralyze its prey from over 150 feet. This is just one of the possible stories that have leaked from Antarctica. It makes you wonder what else could be down there. But I gotta know, do y'all believe in this story? Do you believe in 46B? Let me know in the comments. As always, my contact...
No. 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 Maybe. Well, all right, I believe. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. What is this? Shapeshifted? It shapeshifted, it says. Oh, check this out. Oh my God, I can't believe this. You have to listen to this story. This is silly, but you gotta watch. An Epstein survivor, you know, from the Epstein files, claims that during an encounter with Epstein, she witnessed him shapeshift into a reptilian humanoid. And that's why I'm playing this now. Not because of the Epstein files. Trump! Check this out.
Wait, say that again. You saw Jeffrey Epstein shapeshift, you said?
Yes.
Ah, yeah, right. Did you see her micro expression tell us the truth? Yes, meaning no. Wow. No, that's all that. I don't have to watch. All right, let's watch. Look at it. Look at her head. Huh? Like a dog. Huh? Oh, eh, oh, eh, oh, ah, eh, oh, eh.
Yes.
Say that again. You saw
Yes.
Jeffrey Epstein shapeshift, you said?
Yes. He turned
Like
upside
how?
down buttons. I
You
was in the
did say that in
bedroom.
one more time?
I saw
the
Jeffrey
guy.
Epstein shapeshift into a devil-like reptilian creature.
I seen Epstein turn into like she sounds like Avi Loeb. Turn into a devilish like creature. All right, we'll watch the rest. I'm sorry.
I want to be lie detected on it. Did you not
What
know?
was it? No. I did not know that, but no, I did not know that.
Well, do you know what?
No, tell me more, because I hear all about this, the reptilians and the greys and the shapeshifting and all that, but this is,
I thought.
wow.
So if someone else told me this, I would think they were mad. Sorry to swear again. If someone else told me this, I would think they were mad.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it happened to me, and I saw it. And I swear on my family's life, I swear on everyone and everything I love's lives, that I saw this man turn into something else in front of my eyes.
This deal
Don't you wish they could turn that stupid music off?
about Jeffrey Epstein shapeshifting, what did he look like? When he shifted, what was his appearance?
His head went bigger, his head went a lot bigger like this, and then his eyes went really big like this, like big and black.
Uh-huh.
And then there were like ridges on the head. You know, it wasn't like, you know, David Icke's spoken about the reptilians. It was
Ruffles
different.
have
And
ridges.
It was, I've painted it. I'll share it with you. I need to paint it more because I burnt that painting because I don't like seeing it. But he turned it into something in front of my eyes. Like it was while he was orgasming. It was really, really. And when I looked at him, I was like, in my mind, I was like, well, I just thought, what's going on?
All right. Is anybody with me on this that she was high on ecstasy or PCP or some sort of tea? It happened when he was orgasming. She could have been orgasming. Everybody was orgasming. I can't believe we're talking about orgasming on a UFO show.
You know, I was freaked out, and then I decided to just look away, and I looked away, and then when I looked back, it was him again. But I saw it.
What about the hands and the other parts of the body? Was it
He was under a blanket from here.
So you just saw the head.
It was the head
How
part, and it went big like
convenient.
that with the ridge.
Does anybody believe this, that he was under the sheets having sex? No, not this guy. This guy was out in the open for the world to envision. This guy was an exhibitionist. He was sick. He wanted people to watch. He wanted the cameras to record it. He wasn't under the sheets going, peekaboo. Right? More like peekaboo.
And the horns and the massive eyes. And
scales, like reptilian scales.
Yeah, it's like riches and scales. Like, yeah, exactly. Like all around it. I've never seen anyone else turn into anything like that. And people say, oh, was I doing drugs? Epstein didn't allow drugs there. Like,
oh my God, it's Epstein.
You know, I smoked cigarettes. I wasn't even allowed to smoke cigarettes near. You had to smoke
oh my God, it's
away.
Epstein.
And no alcohol, nothing around there. So if I was, I mean, maybe they drugged me. I don't know. But I saw this, and I've never seen anything like that again. But I've had nightmares and dreams of like demons coming at me around that same time.
Coming on her? What'd she say? Coming on me?
And I've never seen anything like that again. But I've had nightmares and dreams of like demons coming at me around that same
All right, that's a pretty bad choice of words, lady.
time. You know, but I never saw anyone else turn into something like that. And the other weird thing is that like I was still around him for quite a long time after that, but I never looked at him and thought, hey, why did I see this happen? It almost created like a brain fog. It was like such shock. You know, I was in such shock and I couldn't tell anyone what had happened. And I didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. You know, it's like we start questioning ourselves, like, what am I seeing? But I know what I saw. I know what I saw.
Look, it's stuck right there. Epstink. Stupid. I don't believe it. I think she's just trolling. Hey, Paris. Yay. Celebrates 8 months of membership. She was a prisoner and on drugs and alcohol. End of story. Yeah. She even said it. I don't know if they give me drugs or if I was, orgasming myself. That's a hell of an orgasm. She's Jeffrey. All right. Calm down, everybody. There he is. We should call him Jeffrey. Jeffrey! It is. That's his name. I didn't even realize it. No, get off the microphone. Get off it. This guy, I swear. All right, that's it for tonight. We're going to get the health out of here. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do something better. Tomorrow will be a better show. I promise it'll be good. They're all good. It's what's going on in the world of ufology and the paranormals. Thank you, moderators. Good job tonight. Super chatters. We had a few. Thank you very much for the support. New memberships were renewed and appreciate that. Veterans came here. You hung out. The core of ufology, goof on. And the newcomers. We had a few. They're gone now. But, they were here for a moment. And then they saw Jeffrey. Jeffrey, we're going to call you Epstein. No, Jeffrey. I like Jeffrey. He likes it too. All right. So meet Jeffrey. He's got a new name. We didn't even have a name for you. Why are you rubbing your head on the microphone? Can you stop that? Oh, it feels good, he said. I can read his mind. He's weird. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you. We'll be back mañana, same time, same station. And Jeffrey will be here, and we'll have some fun. We'll be posting news stories tomorrow. They could be new, but they're not old. They're all new. I'm going to try to find some good stuff for tomorrow. So it'll be a fun day. All right. We'll see you guys. Hey, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. That is. We'll see you guys. All right. I almost forget every show, but I haven't forgotten lately. Right? The big Alien Bless. So, Alien Bless will take you out with They Erased Me by Lucian. The Bob Lazar story song. See you guys on the Flipperoo. Giddy up.
Bob Lazar in the crosshairs. Every record wiped clean. Like a man
the news again as far as UFOs go. He's claiming he held a piece of a UFO from a crash retrieval site. Well, let's not get too excited because we all know Lou wouldn't tell us something we don't already know. Do we? Sadly, he did. It's the Roswell piece. Yeah, I know. However, the way they make it sound makes you think Lou knows something we don't know, but we have known in the past. When Lou speaks, nothing new. So, I want to go over this with you because he is so proud of himself. And we're all so proud of Lou as it is anyway in this community. You know, all the things he's done for us. And this just goes on course with everything else that Lou is telling us.